I said, I don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion!
Here's the thing, toxic love. Yep, we've all encountered them. They're like expired milk. You don't notice initially, but over time, the stench becomes impossible to ignore. So who are these so-called girl or boyfriends? And more importantly, how can we spot them before they turn our life into an emotional train wreck? First and foremost, what is the word toxic? We hear it everywhere, on social media, in casual day-by-day life, maybe even from your mom when she talks about your bad influence friends. But what does it actually mean? Well, according to the dictionary, the literal meaning of toxic is something poisonous, like chemicals you don't want anywhere near your body. But dig a little deeper into the figurative sense, and it's all about things or people that cause harm and unhappiness over a long period of time. Basically, it's not just about what poisons your body, it's about what poisons your peace of mind. So, in the context of dating, does toxic mean someone who's annoying? Nope. Toxic means someone who consistently drains your energy, undermines your confidence, and leaves you feeling worse after spending time with them. Think of them as emotional vampires. They suck the life out of you and leave behind nothing but stress, anxiety, and the overwhelming urge to ghost them. So, when we say toxic, we mean the kind of behaviors that make you question, why am I even in love with this person? And if you've ever had that thought, buckle up. We're just getting started. There are 4 major types of toxic lover: the gaslighter, the guilt tripper, the one-upper, and the final one, the emotional leech. First, the gaslighter. They are true artists, specializing in rewriting history and making you question your reality. Did you show up at 3 p.m. because they told you to? Well, according to them, you're late because it was always supposed to be 2. They're not just gaslighting, they're practically a power plant at this point. Next, we have the guilt tripper. Draped in a cloak of emotional manipulation, this contestant will have you apologizing for things you didn't even do. Cancel lunch plans because you're sick? How dare you ruin my entire week! They're the queen of weaponized tears and dramatic sighs, and their talent is making you feel like the villain in their personal soap opera, even if you also play a role of a love partner. Moving on to our third finalist, the one-upper. You know the type no matter what you say. They always got a bigger, better, or sadder story. Got a new job? They're now the CEO of their own company. Basically, it's like they're in a competition you didn't sign up for and they're always determined to win.
We're not a team, this is a competition.
No matter the topic, they'll make sure the spotlight is on them, giving no ficking care to her lover. And trust me, they're not sharing it. And finally, the emotional leech. Clinging to you like a damp towel you can't shake off. This contestant only shows up when they're drowning in drama. But when you're the one in need, poof, they're suddenly busier than Beyoncé on tour. Their signature move? Turning every date into their personal therapy session, minus the part where they pay you. Now, toxic lovers are expert-level manipulators. They don't need magician hats or wands, but trust me, they can pull guilt and drama out of thin air like pros. But the real question is, are you ready to call them out and take back your peace? Let's talk about boundaries. And no, I don't mean the vague, oh, I'm just really busy excuse, because we all know that's code for, I'm going to ghost you soon. Setting boundaries means you say what you mean, and mean what you say. First one, the polite no. Practice this with me. No. Just a simple no. Second, the time limit. If you're stuck with a girl or boyfriend who treats phone calls like TED Talks, let them know upfront. Hey, I can talk for 15 minutes, then I've got stuff to do. Even if the stuff is binge watching a show for the 100th time. And lastly, the honesty bomb. I feel like our relationship is one-sided, and I need us to work on that. Sometimes you have to be blunt. I know it's awkward, but not as awkward as silently resenting them until you explode during brunch. Here's the hard truth. Not every relationship, especially the loved one, is meant to last forever. And that's totally okay to let it go as soon as you spot some symptom. At the end of the day, dealing with toxic friends is about one thing: knowing your worth. You don't need someone who drains your energy, plays mind games, or makes you feel like you're not good enough. Now go out there, set those boundaries, delete those guilt-tripping texts, detox your own circle, and live your best life. Because you deserve a lover who are as awesome as you are. Mic drop. So yeah, if you're in a situationship that feels more like a psychological experiment than an actual relationship, don't walk. Run. Preferably in fast pace like a dramatic movie scene. Bonus points if you drop your phone and never text them again. Toxic love isn't cute. It's not passionate, and it definitely isn't something to romanticize just because somebody on TikTok said, if he makes you cry, it means he cares. No, it means you need better Wi-Fi and better standards. So if this video made you slightly reevaluate your playlist full of lovesick anthems, or you're about to send a "What are we?" text, hit the like, subscribe buttons, and share this with a friend who's in denial. Let's normalize healthy love and unnormalize the urge to text our ex at 2 a.m. You got this.